Mount Everest is 29,000 feet high and Mount Kailash is 22,000 feet. After the summit of Edmund Hillary and Tenzin Sherpa in 1953, about 4,000 people have won Everest to date. But to date, not a single person could touch the summit of Mount Kailash.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel Explore with Joyita. Before starting this video, I request you to subscribe my channel to get more fascinating videos like this. And don't forget to like and share. Now let's move on.
In 1926, Hugh Rutledge studied the north face, which he estimated was 6,000 feet high and utterly unclimbable, and thought about an ascent of the northeast ridge. But he ran out of time. Rutledge had been exploring the area with Colonel R.C. Wilson, who was on the other side of the mountain with his Sherpa named Seton. Wilson said that Seton told him, "Sahib, we can climb that," as he too saw that this represented a feasible route to the summit. Wilson went on to explain that although he was serious about climbing Kailash, he ran into unexpected difficulties. He says, "As soon as I could see a short way to the summit, it started to snow, and every time I had to return to the base camp." In 2007, Russian mountaineer Sergei Sistiko tried to climb Mount Kailash. Sergei, narrating his own experience, said, "After climbing some distance, the whole team and I started having a severe headache. Then our feet answered. My jaw muscles began to stretch and my tongue froze. The sound stopped coming out of the mouth. While climbing, I realized that I was not fit to climb this mountain. I immediately turned around and started descending. Then I got relief." Herbert Tichy was in the area in 1936 attempting to climb Gurla Mandhata. When he asked one of the Garpans of Gari whether Kailash was climbable, the Garpan replied, "Only a man entirely free of sin could climb Kailash, and he wouldn't have to actually scale the sheer walls of ice to do it. He would just turn himself into a bird and fly to the summit." Reinhold Messner was given the opportunity by the Chinese government to climb in the mid-1980s, but he declined, saying, "If we conquer this mountain, then we conquer something in people's soul." The Chinese government then asked some climbers to climb Kailash, but this time the whole world opposed these actions of China so much that defeating the Chinese government had to stop it from climbing this mountain. Mount Kailash is the most mysterious and sacred mountain in the world. It is the highest peak of Kailash range, which spread in Tibet, Nepal and India. Also, it is a part of the Trans-Himalaya in the Tibetan Autonomous Region of China. Mount Kailash lies around the origin of the four longest rivers of Asia, the Indus River, Sutlej, Brahmaputra and Karnali River. As many things as you can about Kailash, many say that this mountain was not here and it has been made. People also say that this mountain is a hollow. There is a way to go to another world inside it. In 1999, a Russian scientist stayed under Mount Kailash for a month and researched its size. Scientists said that the triangular shaped peak of this mountain is not natural but a pyramid that is covered with snow. The Kailash range is around 30 million years old. The whole world has considered Mount Kailash the spiritual center of the world. In Hinduism, it is traditionally recognized as the abode of Shiva, who resided here along with his consort, goddess Parvati, and their children Ganesha and Kartikeya. In the Uttarakhanda section of the epic Ramayana, it is said that Ravana attempted to uproot the Mount Kailash as retaliation to Lord Shiva, who in turn pressed his right big toe upon the mountain, trapping Ravana in between. This version of Lord Shiva is also referred to as Ravananugraha, a favor formed to Ravana while seated in Mount Kailash. According to the epic Mahabharata, it is said that the Pandava brothers, along with their wife Draupadi, trekked to the summit of Mount Kailash on their path to liberation, as it is considered to be a gateway to heaven, also known as Svargaloka. According to Charles Allen, one description in the Vishnu Purana of the mountain states that its four faces are made of crystal, ruby, gold, and lapis lazuli. It is a pillar of the world and is located at the heart of 6 mountain ranges, symbolizing a lotus. According to Jain scriptures, Ashtapada is the site where the first Jain Tirthankara, Rishabhadeva, attained moksha or liberation. In Jain tradition, the 24th and last Tirthankara, Vardhamana Mahavira, was taken to the summit of Meru by Indra shortly after his birth, after putting his mother, Queen Trishala, into deep slumber. There he was bathed and anointed with precious unctions. Mount Kailash is known as Mount Meru in Buddhist texts. It is central to its cosmology and a major pilgrimage site for some Buddhist traditions. Numerous sites in the region are associated with Padmasambhava, whose tantric practices in holy sites around Tibet are credited with finally establishing Buddhism as the main religion of the country in the 7th to 8th century CE. It cannot be a coincidence that the same mountain has been placed at the center of 4 religions. About 1.5 billion people who believe in these 4 religions know the glory of Mount Kailash. The one circumambulance or parikrama of Mount Kailash, symbolizing the phases of life, death, refinement and resurrection. Jains and Buddhists refer to this circumambulance as Koda and Hindus refer as parikrama. A single circumambulance is equated to one turn of the wheel of life that will clean away the guilt of whole life. But the circumambulance of Kailash Parvat is very difficult and dangerous. Whoever set out to climb this mountain was either killed or returned without climbing. Even though a number of people try to climb on Kailash Parvat, but till now no one gets succeed. According to a scientific hypothesis, the mountain keeps changing its position for those who want to climb it. Afterward, many people's journeys have failed to climb its peak. Many passengers reported that time travels quickly around the Kailash Parvat, which is not witnessed anywhere in the world. There is something different in the air here. Your hair and nails grow as much in 2 days as they should in 2 weeks. The body begins to wither and old age appears on the face. Located southeast of Mount Kailash, Lake Manasarovar is rated as the abode of purity. According to legends, before it creating on earth, its image was incepted in the mind of Brahma. The word Manasavar comes from Sanskrit and a combination of 2 words. Mana means mind and Sarovar means lake. Manasarovar lake is famous for its amazing beauty and the color of the water that changes blue from around the shores to emerald green at the center. This lake is very sincere and calm irrespective of weather. The Manasarovar lake is the highest freshwater lake in the world, but strange as well as because of its round shape and its twin named Rakshastal lake, which is located next to it. Rakshastal Lake is also known as the Devil's Lake, while Manasarovar Lake is known as the God Lake. Rakshastal Lake is one of the biggest saltwater lakes in the world and is shaped like the moon. Gauri Kund, that is also known as the Lake of Compassion, a water body that lies in transit while going on downwards from Dolma. This lake is famous as Parvati Sarovar, where goddess Parvati had procured her child Ganesha. According to Hindu scripture, goddess Parvati had framed her child Lord Ganesh from the cleanser foam of her body and breathed life into it. Om Parvat is another interesting mystery as the snow falls on the peaks and takes the shape of Om. During sunset, the mountain is said to cast a shadow which has a striking likeness to the religious symbol of swastika, which is rated as an auspicious sign by Hindus. Yamdwar is one of the most prominent destinations in the Kailash Manasarovar Yatra. The meaning of Yamdwar is the gateway of god of death. Yamdwar is more associated with heaven and the soul.
So friends, this is my video today. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you want to get more fascinating videos like this, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like and share. Thank you. Bye bye.